Hello everyone, I'm the Saxy Gamer. Today we're here for yet another episode of Civilization 6 Tips, where today we're going to be going over the Holy Site as part of our series of videos on each district. So the Holy Site is a unique district that is based in faith, and it is unlocked with the Astrology technology. I have just finished it, as you can see here. To get the boost to Astrology, all that you have to do is find a natural wonder, which can be easy, maybe sometimes not. It really just depends on a lot of RNG and how much you're exploring in a game, so you can't always count on getting the boost to Astrology, so that is something to consider if you're planning on rushing a Holy Site, but I find in about half of my games I can get the boost to Astrology just from finding a natural wonder. So once you research Astrology and are able to construct the Holy Site, it has a base cost of 54 production, and remember, with all districts that scales. I'm not exactly sure how, but I will eventually figure that out and make an in-depth video on that, but the production cost will scale. Do note that this also does have a 1 gold per turn maintenance cost, as do all of the districts in the game, so that is something to take into account as well. As far as placing the Holy Site goes, we have some fairly similar things, like in relation to the campus, that you must put it on any land tile, as long as that land tile is not a mountain, and as long as you have the required tech to clear whatever may be on the tile. So, for instance, in this game, I can't put it on any of these jungle tiles because I don't have bronze working in this game yet, so I'm not able to clear those tiles. You also cannot put them on luxuries, as you can see here, just because you're not able to remove luxuries in Civ. So as far as adjacency for the Holy Site is concerned, it has quite a few things. You get +2 faith from each adjacent natural wonder tile, so that would be things such as Torres del Paine, I probably just totally butchered that pronunciation, but Yosemite, you could get Halong Bay, anything of the sort. Any of the natural wonders in the game will provide 2 faith adjacency for each adjacent wonder tile. So this can be very helpful with things like Yosemite or Mount Roraima that are multi-tile natural wonders, because then you can get quite good adjacency on your Holy Sites if you place them around that natural wonder. In addition to this, you get one additional faith from each adjacent mountain tile. You get one additional faith for every 2 adjacent woods, and 1 additional faith for every 2 adjacent districts. Much like with the campus, don't think of this as plus 0.5 for each, because as you'll see, it doesn't stack. So if I were to place a Holy Site here, and you thought about it that way, you would think that it would be plus 0.5, plus 0.5 to give plus 1, but as you can see, that's not the case. It has to have both of the adjacent things filled to give any bonus at all. In addition, you also get that +1 faith from each adjacent government plaza tile, which is just what the government plaza does to all of the districts in the game. There also are citizen yields for the Holy Site, so you can put citizens in your Holy Site. And for those of you that were asking in the last video, what citizens do is, it's like if we go into manage citizens, if we had the district down, then we could assign citizens to the Holy Site. And if we assigned a citizen there, then you can see that it would provide +2 faith. So much like with the campus, I don't think that this is particularly useful, but it is in the game if you want to do it anyways. So use that at your own discretion. Whenever you just place down the Holy Site, in addition to the adjacency bonuses that you're able to get with it, you will get 1 great profit point per turn, and that's a big reason to rush a Holy Site in the early game, because getting this great profit, making sure that you get one before they are all recruited. If you want to know more about that, feel free to check out my religion in-depth video on, great profits and how many there are in a given game or anything like that. But getting that 1 point per turn can be a very nice head start towards getting your great profit. As you can see here, Russia evidently has already placed down a Holy Site because they are already making 2 great profit points per turn. So now let's go ahead and talk about some of the buildings that you can build in the Holy Site. So the first of the Holy Site buildings is unlocked with Astrology. Right whenever you're able to build the Holy Site, you are able to build shrines as well. And once you construct the shrine, it will provide +2 faith. It gives you 1 citizen slot to put a citizen to work on that tile, and it also gives you 1 more great profit point per turn. It has a basic production cost of 70 production and a maintenance cost of 1 gold per turn. So I would advise that if you're going to go for religion, then I would definitely get an early shrine. There is another strategy that you can do that I'll talk about at the very end, but shrines are a fairly safe way to make sure that you get a religion just because of that 1 additional great profit point per turn. So with a Holy Site and a shrine, you'll be getting 2 great profit points per turn, and normally that's enough to at least secure you one of the later profits. You can, of course, build more than 1 shrine or more than 1 Holy Site to get more profit points per turn, but normally I find that you can make it by with just a single single holy site and a shrine. That is playing a little bit risky, but as I said, you know, it still can work. The 2 faith is nice as well because it makes it so that once you finish your shrine and you found your religion, normally you will have enough faith built up to just purchase a missionary fairly soon, so that is another nice thing. And the one thing I didn't mention about the shrine is that you need a shrine to purchase any missionaries. If you don't have a shrine, then you cannot purchase missionaries in a city, so that is all the more reason to go for shrines. I find that if I'm going for a religious game, or really if I just want to spread my religion at all, I will definitely be building a lot of shrines because it is important to be able to purchase missionaries if you want to spread your religion, and just getting that extra little bit of faith for a relatively low cost is pretty nice, so I definitely do recommend the shrine. The Tier 2 building for the holy site is the temple, and it is unlocked with Theology, so that is a little bit later. It's normally not too far after you get Astrology, but it still is slightly later in the game. And once you construct the temple, you'll be able to purchase apostles, gurus, and inquisitors, and if you have the belief that allows you to train them as well, then you can purchase warrior monks as well. The temple will provide plus 4 faith per turn, 1 citizen slot, 1 great prophet point per turn, and 1 relic slot as well. So relics are like the religious artifacts that you can use to generate some tourism and some faith. You will get 1 slot for those in your temples. So the temple has a base production cost of 120 production and a maintenance cost of 2 gold per turn. So temples I find to be still very good. I would probably recommend if you're going for a religious victory or just a heavily religious game, then I would get temples in pretty much all of my cities because 4 faith is quite nice. In addition to that, I do love purchasing apostles because they can get their promotions, so I do find that to be quite helpful. If I'm not going for like a super religious game, maybe I'm just using my religion to give myself some benefits. Maybe I don't want to really spread to other civs. I just want to keep my religion to myself, get a few little bonuses without putting too much, without allocating too many resources towards my religion. Then I wouldn't necessarily have to build temples. Because if you don't really care about your religion too much, you don't really need the apostles, gurus, and inquisitors, and, you know, you can get a little bit more faith if you need, but if you don't really care about spreading your religion, then generally you don't have to buy too many missionaries or apostles, so you don't need that faith all too much. If you do want to upgrade your religion, though, with using apostles to evangelize a belief, you will have to get at least 1 temple, so my general rule is that if I have a religion, then I will build at least 1 temple. If I'm going for religious victory, I'll get a temple in every city. If not, then I'll just kind of do it at my own discretion based on how much faith per turn I have, how much I need, and if I need a lot of apostles or not. So overall, the temple I think is a very good thing for religious victory. If you're not going for religious victory though, and you're not playing a particularly religious game, then I think the temple is more of an optional pick. There are a lot of other buildings that we can get in the Holy Site District. I'm not going to talk about them in this video, though. If you want to learn about those, go ahead and check out the Religion in-depth video, because I'm pretty sure that I go over most, if not all of them in that video, and it would take a while because there's like 6 or so of them, I believe, so I'm not going to go over them in this video because I don't want to drag this out too long. But some of them are pretty helpful, some of them not so much, so go ahead and check out the Religion in-depth video if you want to learn more about that. And the last thing that we're going to talk about for the Holy Site is the Holy Sites project. So with the Holy Site, you can run Holy Site prayers. Let me bring it up in the Civilopedia here. But the Holy Site project is one of the few projects in the game that I do find to actually be quite useful. So running Holy Site prayers, it works like any other project. You know, you just put production into it, and then eventually it will finish. But while you're running Holy Site prayers, it'll give you a bit more faith per turn, which is nice, and it will give you great prophet points when finished. And the great prophet points are really what I like from Holy Site prayers. So one thing that you can do in a game, instead of going Holy Site and then Shrine to secure your Great Prophet, you can get the Holy Site down and then just run a few sequences of Holy Site prayers, because this normally gives you like 15 or so Great Prophet points once you finish the project, so that can help speed you on towards that Prophet. Maybe if you're a little bit behind on your Great Prophet points, you need a few little boosts of Great Prophet points to catch up, then running Holy Site prayers is something that I think is a very viable option. Not to mention the extra faith per turn can be nice because it can make it so that you have a bit built up for whenever you found your religion to be able to afford missionaries as well. So Holy Site prayers is something I would definitely recommend in the early game if you're looking to secure religion. You don't have to go this way because it does get a little bit costly to keep running Holy Site prayers because that's production you could be spending elsewhere, but I think it is a very viable option, and if you absolutely need to get your Great Prophet, if you're maybe struggling, then I would definitely recommend running Holy Site prayers. So thank you everyone for watching. I have been the Saxy Gamer. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you're looking for more Civilization 6 content, feel free to subscribe. This was the video on the Holy Site. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment below. I will be sure to answer them. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.